Alright, welcome to the next section of our Afrobeat production course, and in previous videos we've laid down the foundation with some basic music theory, but in today's video we are taking that knowledge and then transforming it into making an Afrobeat from scratch. So buckle up and let's jump right in. Alright, to begin with, let's adjust our BPM to 100, a commonly used tempo for Afrobeat. I have pre-selected VST to avoid waste of your precious time. Lounge Lizard has a lot of cool electric piano presets. I like to use a span 2-part section to layer my melody. Next up is Nexus, and then Keyskip with classic piano library. Analog lab for my synth and anything analog. Alright, with that said, let's jump right into the melody. We are in the minor key of A. A is the tonic note, and we can go anywhere from the A. Let's do the fifth, the dominant, and we can go to the subdominant third. So we have the 1-5-3 progression. And I'm going to switch the last chord for the 7th degree to have some variation. Now I'll select the root note and double it for more low end. Well, to humanize it, Alt plus R to randomize the velocity, and then Alt plus S to strum notes. In some cases, I like to manually move notes. Now that our progression is down, what we do next is to layer the progression with the pad for more depth. So I'll scroll through preset and then find one that fits the vibe that I'm going in for. Alright, the pad is a background sound or a sound that adds texture. So for you to make it fit well enough, you have to just drop the gain so that it sits right beneath the main melody. This preset will do. Alright, when I am layering, I keep two things in mind. It's either I want to spread the melody to cover an extended range of the frequency, or I layer to create a complex texture of the sound. So when I pull up an EQ, you can see the frequency range of the two sounds. So with this instance, I'm just layering to create a complex texture. Alright, let's proceed. Now we can add a counter melody with a muted guitar. Well, I'll just sing the melody in my head and try to print it out on the piano roll. I'll just drag it over to the next bar to follow the root note. I want want to add variation at the close of the 4th bar, I'll do Alt plus U to bring up the chopper and create this rising effect with the velocity. So with the next half of the 4th bar, we do same melody and build upon it for variation. You know, melodies do get boring real quick when it's repetitive. Alright, in the analog lab 5, I'll look for a percussive block sound to add rhythmic layer to the next half of the progression. So I'll copy the chord progression and paste it on the block sound. I'll do Shift plus D to resize them equally. Do Ctrl plus Q to quantize them. And we can add this bass note for transition. Lastly, I like to do a call and a response melody with the bell tone keys from Keyscape to have some interaction between melodies in different parts. Alright, just brought them up an octave to create separation so that no two sounds clash. With this, we avoid getting too technical, adopting exclusive mixing techniques to fix them. The melody is taking shape. From here we can add our drums. I'll start with the basic rim shot bounce, just selecting a rim that sounds like a snare, or you can layer a rim with a snare to get this desired sound effect. I'll do Ctrl plus B to paste it over. From here, I'll layer with another rim that has a lot of mid to low frequency range. Now you can cross-check with EQ to know the range of frequencies of individual sound, but for me personally, I like to go by ear. And then this deep conga, and we have a light conga to interact with the deep conga to create a form of unique bounce. You know, Afrobeat features a complex rhythmic structure. Next up, we are going to do 808 bass. And then I'll go into the envelope settings, turn down all the parts apart from the hold. And to check if your 808 is in key with the beat, we are working in the A minor. Just right click and then edit in Edison. And the little flag icon, you just detect pitch region. you can see that it is tuned to G. It slides from G sharp to G. The bigger section is usually what it has been tuned to. From here we are adding shakers for the high frequencies. Now with this basic bounce that we have created, we still have to fill it out with percussions to rhythmically interact with the drums and melody. So I'll select percs at random and place them in accordance to complement the groove. Some percs with a lot of reverb. This will add some form of ambience to the groove. And always don't forget to add your swing. So this is the bounce we have created to complement it. So I'll just route it into a bass track in order to add effects that affect all the elements at once. Do Ctrl plus drag to select. Route to this track only. Then I'll give it a nice red color. So on the perc bass, a fruity love filter. Like its name says, it just filters. Well, you can use an EQ for a more precise filtering, but I just love the effect of the fruity love filter, what it does to it. Adjust the default settings. I'll insert a wave smack attack. Play around with the sustain knob to keep the loop very loose. So from here you can hear that the drums sound full enough. Now we can proceed to add other elements to the groove. So with the next section of the 8 bars, I like to make some changes to it. But before then, let's render the percs as audio clip. I'd also like to change the mode to stretch to keep the pitch in check. Now I'll add a sub bass from Harmless. We just follow the root note of the progression and add simple groove to it. Let me make changes to the kick pattern. Just following the root note. Yeah, this sound okay. So most Afrobeat you hear nowadays has log drums grooves in there. So let's just squeeze some log drums bounce. we do Alt plus U for the chopper again. And I'll make changes at the close of the 8th bar for variation. And I always like to layer my log drums with a sub bass for more depth. It's just like when you are doing trap beats, you just layer your kick with 808 bass. Now I can proceed to process the muted guitar. Just insert a guitar access on the insert channel. I'll use the timeless clean preset. And then sorry for the bass sound, I have a lot of instruments loaded right now. I'll render it into an audio clip in a second, and then we continue from there. A waves doubler 2 on the bell tone. So to render, just arm the mixer channel and then hit Alt plus R. And I'll repeat same process for all other melodic instruments. And from here, we can reset the mixer track. Select the VST on the channel rack. Do Alt plus delete on the keyboard to get rid of the VSTs. So pattern 1 doesn't contain any sound. I'll just get rid of that to have a clean workspace. I'll head over to pattern 2. Split this also by channel and rearrange them. Click on the first pattern, hold shift and then click on the last pattern to select all. I like the melody on top and then the drums below. That's personal preference. Now we can arrange the song into different parts like basic song arrangement. We just have our intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then whatever we need to add next. So the first 8 bars will be our intro, and then the next 8 bars will be our verse. So for the intro, I like to keep it simple and make things build up into other parts of the song. So I'll basically take some sounds out. This section has the log drum. I'll switch it up for the section with the 808, and then the chorus can contain the log drums. This part sounds like the pre-chorus. And then we can go to the chorus. We can repeat this same pattern for the second half of the beat and then we can make changes to it later. And basically we just end it the way we began. Maybe copy the intro melodies and then place it at the outro. So here is our basic song arrangement. We have the intro, verse, pre-chorus and then chorus. From here I'm just going to add transitions, drum fills and textures to make smooth transitions from one part of the song to the other. So this sample is in C# minor and our key is A minor. I'll just right click on the A note to transpose it to A. So we are just adding transitional effect. And from here we can add a drum fill and then FX clap, a clap with a lot of reverb. Now you can notice that the melody in the verse sounds way too empty. I'll just fill it out with a call and response type of melody again. You know, one shots don't really sound like VSTs, so what I like to do with it is that I like to play with the envelope settings for it to sound clean enough. So with the muted guitar done, let's do the response melody with one shot keys. Alright, so to make this melody a lot more thicker, I like to make an upper and lower octave version of the instrument play together, and then maybe pan it and adjust the volume accordingly. From here we can do the H delay on the muted guitar to fill out empty space. The delay is set to 100% wet, so it's only the delay feedback playing. You can either adjust the balance between the dry and wet knob or push it all the way wet and use the delay as a send return effect. Sounds better like this, so it's Afrobeat, you can totally go crazy with the melody. From here we can add something unique for the chorus. Let's do a lead string melody to carry the chorus. Now we can add another variation to complement the verse 2 with a pluck, just highlighting some chords. For effect, I'll do panomatics to automate it stereo-wise. From here, you can right-click the master fader, create automation, copy value, paste value, and then create a fade out effect. Now we can add little tiny details and effect to the whole entire beat to make it sound more interesting. I don't really like how the same rim shot plays throughout the entire track, so I'll just automate a filter cut to introduce the main rim shot bounce. Yeah, something like this. Well, that's all there is to it. You can take time to listen to it and mix it right, and raise the overall volume on the master fader with a limiter. Like always, thanks for watching, and then see you in the next video.